welcome to the Competitor's Classroom. My name's Mackenzie, and I am completely out of my comfort zone. I'm willing to bet that if you're listening to this recording and you're completing some of the exercises that I'm asking you to do, it also too makes you super uncomfortable and a little out of your comfort zone. But why? It's because we're doing something new and different than we're used to, right? We're out of our element a little bit. But if you're here to join me because you're ready to grow as an athlete, as a human, I'm here to tell you that it's not always going to be comfortable. But it's when we take that first step out of our comfort zone that we begin to grow a little bit. So hey, I'm here with you, sitting in my office, talking to a wall, sharing things that I believe to be true, and completely exposing myself and opening myself up to criticism and failure. Talk about terrifying. But hey, like I told you, we don't grow inside of our comfort zones. So here I am, ready to grow with the belief that I'll probably succeed or help you succeed a little, fall on my face, fail miserably, and then learn from every experience along the way, all while I continue to grow right here with you. You're going to do all of those things as well. So let's do this. If I could boil down what I do into one sentence, it's that I create more efficient movers. So what does that mean? I want to help you get from point A to point B as efficiently as possible. Now, I do that in a couple different ways. So that could be from the beginning of your softball pitch to your follow through from point A to point B. It could be from when you pick up your deadlift bar until you're done with your set from point A to point B. Or it can be from where you're at in your life right now down the path you're taking to get to the best version of yourself possible, right? From point A to point B, and a plethora of other things along the way. Now, the reason that I want to teach people how to be more efficient movers is because I was never very efficient. Like the path from point A to point B as fast as you can is a straight line, right? My path from point A to point B was about as roller coaster, squiggly line driven as you could possibly imagine. And I'm not at point B yet, but I feel like I'm closer than I used to be. And I want to be able to share the things that helped me become a little bit more efficient along the way with you guys. So you don't have to struggle, because sometimes there's really high highs and other times there's some low lows. And if we can mellow that out a little bit, create more balance and create more evenness in your lives, then I'm doing what I set out to do. So, all the lessons that I teach, again, are going to be towards moving you to that best version of yourself possible. And that could be in a lot of different ways. So for some of you guys, maybe that's, for you, you want to be a college softball player one day, which is awesome. But realistically, you need to become the best version of you possible for that to happen. And no matter what, if we're willing to take that next step and we're ready to change, we have to take inventory for where we're at. So in order to create change, in order to achieve a goal, in order to say that you want to play college softball or you want to continue to be that best version of you possible, you have to cultivate awareness. And what does that mean? And how do we do that, right? Like, what? I mean, to me, when I was younger, it was really hard for me to wrap my mind around what awareness was. And if you work with me personally in the gym or working with me to improve your pitching, you know that I'm always asking, what does that feel like? Can you feel what it's like to engage your core? Can you feel what it's like to snap through that pitch? I think it's so important to be able to put language to what we're feeling. Now, we can apply this in all aspects of your life. I teach it in the gym and I teach it in the pitching or on the pitching mound. But how do we apply that in our lives too? I want you guys to be able to connect it all around. So here is a real life exercise that can help you to begin to cultivate awareness so it can help you get to wherever you're trying to go. Point A to point B, right? So if you're a part of my Google Classroom or if you've worked with me, you know a little bit about this commit to the process worksheet, right? So at the very top of the page, it says commit to the process. What are you willing to do to be the best you can be? Attacking your goals with intention is the key to unlocking your greatest potential. Great athletes practice with purpose, or we can say great humans live with purpose. So anyways, what I'm getting at here is that we have to have a goal, right? So underneath that little quote, it says, I am committed to, and then there's a blank. So being able to set a goal for our wherever we're at in our life right now is really important. Like you have to have your point B in mind. We don't need to spend all of our time focusing on point B. We need to focus on the path it takes to get there, but we need to know what point B is. Now, I'm going to refer a lot to what my point B is at this point in my life and try to relate it to maybe where you're at right now, because I think that can help you guys to understand where I'm coming from. So right now, for me, I'm using this process sheet as well. Right now, I'm committed to being present in the moment so I can show up as the best version of me possible. So basically what that means is be the best version of me possible. Okay? That's what I'm committed to, because I know that if I am being the best Mackenzie there is, then everybody around me is going to benefit, right? So then that means I'm going to show up as the best coach possible and the best instructor possible and the best daughter, sister, soon to be wife possible in whatever situation that I'm in. Okay? So maybe for you, you're also striving to be the best version of you possible, but you're also a little bit more, you're an athlete, right? You're an athlete who wants to be able to play college softball one day. So your goal is to be the best version of you and play college softball. And that is incredible, right? We have our point B. But what do we need to do in order to get to point B? And are we even doing those things? Remember, awareness is so important. So with this sheet, there is a column that allows you to list everything that you need to be doing within a 7-day period that's going to help you to get closer to your point B, right? This is called the process. We have to be able to plan our process if we want to get closer to point B. We all understand that? So for one, along the top where, along that first row, those empty boxes, you're going to write the date. So for me, I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now, trying to create a little bit more awareness and seeing if I am doing those things that I know I need to do to achieve my point B goal. So what I do is I list out the dates all the way across. So I just finished up this past week. So I have 9/6, 9/7, 9/8, 9/9, all the way until 9/12 or September 12th was my last day in that first 7-day block. And then I have written down the left-hand column all of the things that I know that I want to be doing within that 7-day period to get me closer, like I said, to my goal. So I'm going to list some of the things that I know that I want to be doing within a week to keep being me. So these are just a few of the things I have written down. So for one, I like to practice gratitude in the morning. When I sit down at my laptop or with my journal, I like to jot down things that I'm grateful for because it helps me focus on the good things in life, right? Instead of thinking about all the things I don't have enough of. We'll probably talk about that later on. Running. Running's really important to me because my health is extremely important to me. So running, strength training, and yoga are all on my list. I have hydration. Am I drinking enough water every day? Did I sleep 7 hours last night? Along with other things that I personally do that I've learned help me the most, because my process is my process. Your process is going to be your process, and it's going to be different from everybody else's. And that's awesome because you are so unique and you should embrace that every second of every day. And I want to help you to do that more. So let me help relate this to, I'm going to use the play college softball experience example, because I think that can relate to a lot of you who would be listening to this, or at least I hope so. So if you want to play college softball, I'm telling you, since your girl's been there, done that, you got to put in the work. And it takes a lot of effort. So things that you need to be doing. You need to be strength training. You need to be strengthening your body in some way, shape, or form. Get yourself a strength and conditioning professional who has great experiences and can help you to learn how to use your body more and to strengthen it. You need to make sure that you're getting out and you're getting your pitching workouts in. And they need to be great workouts. Get even more specific and say you need to train 4 days a week, train your pitching 4 days a week. Get even more specific and say, okay, one of those days is going to be for volume. And what that means is I need to pitch a lot, right? I need to pitch for like a full hour because games are long. One of your days you're going to be working on speed. So you're going to be doing a lot of speed drills, things of that sort. One day is going to be for movement pitches. Get really specific with it. Things that you know you have to be doing to get where you need to be. Say you're not a pitcher, or you're a pitcher and a hitter. What kind of work are you doing to become a better hitter in your week? A better fielder? A better teammate? Are you doing any mental training? Because I know on my list, I have my mental training, because even in my life today, I have to continue to grow. And I do that by training my mind through different types of mental conditioning, which I can share with you guys along this journey as well. What are you doing to be a better leader? Hopefully, you could even put that you're doing this right now on your sheet, right? That you're working on planning your process, because by doing this, not only are you becoming a better athlete, but I really believe you're becoming a better leader, a better teammate, and everything. So you could write on your sheet process planning and making sure that you're evaluating where you're at every week so you can give yourself credit for that. So like I said, my sheet is ever evolving, and so will yours be. Will yours be too? There we go. So anyways, write out your beginning list, and it can be as short or as long as you want it to be, because remember, this is about you. So once you have that list, set about your week, write your dates out, and then we're going to track what it looks like in a week. But this is part 2, and probably the most important part of this exercise is that we're not just going to go through our week and put check marks next to our pitching workout or our hitting workout, or for me, my runs or my strength training. We're actually going to use that box to rank our effort. And you're going to rank your effort between 1 and 10. 1 being so little effort that you didn't even show up, you weren't even there mentally, you were just checked out. 10 being over the top, insane effort, there was nothing left that you had to give. So my biggest goal for you guys here, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to get done with a workout. You can't lie to yourself and be like, yeah, I really didn't show up. I really didn't give it my all, but I'm going to write down that I gave an 8, 9, or 10 effort. Because then you're not getting any better. You're not showing up for yourself and for your teammates if you're lying to yourself about that. So learn to get honest with where you are right now, okay? Because it's not a bad thing if you're giving yourself less than acceptable effort. You have to become aware of what you're doing in order to continue to improve, or in order to reevaluate your goals, which is also acceptable. So anyways, I want you to go through your week, and every time you do something on your list, in that box under the day that you do it, rank your effort. See if you can, within an entire week, keep those numbers, or I shouldn't even say that. I want you to get done with the week, and then we're going to look at where those numbers are at. Because realistically, we want to be making sure that we're giving 8, 9, or 10 effort in those categories every single time. Because if we can do that, we can get to the end of the week or the end of the day and be like, I feel really good about where I'm going. Because I've said this before to some of my girls, the process is more important than the outcome. And what do I mean by that? When you're in the process, this sheet, these little things that you're doing day in and day out to get closer to your goals, if you're getting done with a pitching workout, a strength training workout, and you're like, man, I busted my butt, I gave all the effort that I could, then realistically, point B becomes really, I don't want to say unimportant. I'll put these in good words. You're able to trust that you're going to get there. You don't have to worry about it, right? So you get done with a workout and you actually bummed it the whole time and you didn't give good effort. You are absolutely going to worry if you did enough. But if you can hold yourself accountable and you can be honest with yourself and you can get done and be like, wow, I gave it my all, you can feel really good letting your head hit the pillow at night, knowing that you gave your best effort and you are absolutely getting closer to where you want to go one day. I hope that makes sense to you guys and is really hitting home, because I think it's so important. Becoming aware of where you're at and making sure that you are giving effort that lines up with your goals. If you have really big goals like I do, then you better be giving relentless, intentional effort day in and day out. I'm going to share with you guys a quote from Urban Meyer that I actually put at the bottom of this process chart that says, relentless effort, not talent or intelligence, is the key to achieving great things in your life. Struggle is a part of the process. It is hard and often painful, but it's also necessary because it's in the struggle that great things are achieved. Now, again, I'm going to really hit this home today. Your goals are your goals. They are personal to you and they are unique to you. They can be as big and beautiful and bold as you want them to be, or they can be as simple as possible. But your process and the way that you attack your process with intention has to reflect your goal. If you have really small goals, then you're probably not going to be putting in very much effort. If you have really huge, lofty goals in your life, then you're probably going to be attacking these things, or you need to be attacking these things with 110% effort, right? Or relentless, intentional effort. Remember, this first step is all about cultivating awareness of your habits. We're not always going to need this paper to track every little thing that we're doing at every second. It just is going to be important in the beginning to just take inventory of where you're at so we can make up a better roadmap for where you need to go, right? All about from getting to point A to point B as efficiently as possible. So in this example, like, I'm not perfect. For me, a couple of these things, like last week, I didn't get 3 strength training sessions in, right? I only got one out of 3. I was traveling over the weekend, and you know what? Like, I see that now. And if I wouldn't have been writing things down, I wouldn't have known that. In my 1 strength training session, I'm proud to say that I gave an 8 effort, but I didn't get those other 2 times in. So I'm not perfect. But now that I'm aware, like, hey, Kenz, if you want to keep pushing towards where you want to go, get it together, and this week you need to make the time. You need to make the decision and make the time to get your strength training in and get all these other things in as well. So if you're not hitting these checkpoints with the best effort, like, that's okay. As long as you can become aware of it, that's when change is able to take place, right? What did I open this with? In order to create change, we must first cultivate awareness. Hopefully that connects back with you guys, because it is with me right now. So remember, I'm not perfect, but if you can't tell, I'm super intense and I'm really passionate about helping you get from wherever you're at in life right now to where you dream about going one day. So stick with this process, guys. Stick with me. I'm going to help you keep moving forward with this. Thank you for taking the time to listen to it. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I am more than willing to help you guys out. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. Go out there. Let's be efficient.